What's cracking, yo? Welcome back to Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today. Now, I've waited a while to put this video. I'm not going to say a while, but I've waited a bit to put this video out because I wanted to put it out much earlier. And that is Cam Thomas, the shooting guard slash small forward for the Brooklyn Nets, coming off the bench, born in Japan but not Japanese, drafted in 2021 in the first round with the 27th pick. He has now scored 3 straight 40-point games for the Brooklyn Nets, as his card has been called upon to step up and lead the team without Kyrie Irving, now that Kyrie's gone, and still without Kevin Durant. February 5th versus the Washington Wizards, in 29 minutes, Cam Thomas scored 44 points, 16 for 23 from the field, 4 for 5 from three-point land, throwing 6 rebounds, 5 assists. February 7th versus the Clippers, in 39 minutes to play, Cam had 47 points on 15 for 29 shooting, 7 for 11 from three-point land, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Very next day versus the Suns, 39 minutes again, 43 points, 11 for 23, 3 for 9 for three-point land, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. Now, like I said, I had seen Cam Thomas play before this 3-game stretch, and he played good in a couple stints. I think even back in the preseason. I was like, man, the Brooklyn Nets might have something for this guy. With this guy right here, they might have something with this guy. But you know how it is. He really doesn't get many minutes. They play Patty Mills, and when Kyrie's playing, they play Kyrie at that 2-guard position. So his card hasn't been called upon much, but when it does get called upon, I feel like he delivers. And when he gets larger minutes, I feel like he shows what he can produce per minute on a per-minute basis. So after his first 40-point game, I wanted to put a video out. And I was like, you know what, hold on, let me just pump the brakes. Because even though I knew that this guy had potential, I'm going to pump the brakes. He did it again. Second game, 47 points. I was like, ooh, I really want to do a video now. Let's talk about this guy. Let's talk about him. I was like, you know what? Nah, let me just pump the brakes. Let me see him do it again. Sure enough, third straight 40-point game. And I didn't even need another 40-point game to do this video. I would have been good with 24, 25 points. Just show me that you can be a reliable scorer. He gave me another 40-piece. And with that third straight 40-piece game, he becomes the youngest player to ever score 3 straight 40-plus point games. I think putting him past Allen Iverson. Or since Allen Iverson, I can't remember. I think putting him past Allen Iverson. But even after he had his second straight 40-point game, that put him in the lights of LeBron James. And when the reporter had told him that, he was like, oh, LeBron, that's cool. If it was Kobe, I would have been more ecstatic because Kobe, I'm a Kobe guy, not so much a LeBron guy. Not verbatim, but that's basically what he said. And based on what I'm saying, yeah, I'm not surprised he said that. Seems like he's channeling that Kobe Bean Bryant, that mentality, that Mamba in him, and is just letting him rip. And not only is he just letting him rip, he's shooting an admirable shooting percentage at that, and even squeezing it from three-point land, getting some rebounds in there, getting some assists in there. I think the Brooklyn Nets really have somebody here. And listen, I'm not comparing him to Kyrie Irving. I'm not saying he's better than Kyrie Irving. Okay, obviously teams aren't really planning for Cam Thomas the way Kyrie Irving comes into a game and there is a game plan for him. I get that. I'm not comparing. I know he's not Kyrie Irving. Pump the brakes. But in this NBA, how easy it is to score. And he has a nice little body on him, too. He ain't no really scrawny guy, no skinny guy. So he has some serious upside if this isn't evident. I don't think 3 straight 40-point games is necessarily a fluke. I'm not saying that he's going to just keep scoring 40, but what I'm saying is that he's a legitimate scoring threat and should be accounted for, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So while they did lose Kyrie Irving, his ability to step up and produce points and give you a little bit of playmaking, a little bit of rebounds, but largely can take on a scoring load, that really helps put the Band-Aid on the Kyrie Irving wound as far as what you're losing, as far as statistical output when you lose Kyrie Irving. That really helps put a nice little band-aid on it. I'm not saying he equates to Kyrie, not at all. But you get what I'm saying. And on top of getting that nice little band-aid, you pick up a two-way player like who they pick up? Dorian Finney-Smith, I think, and some draft picks. So this may have been not as lopsided of a okay. I do think the trade was lopsided. Don't get me wrong. I definitely think Dallas Mavericks got the better end of this deal. But when you consider if Cam Thomas is truly this guy to some extent, and you pick up a two-way player like Finney and some draft picks, might not be as lopsided as I thought it was. But just looking at the trade itself at face value, I do think it was lopsided. Anywho, I think Brooklyn, New York stand up, Brooklyn stand up. I think you guys really have something to be excited about. Sometimes these things are blessings in disguises for franchises and for players. It's like, oh shit, we lost Kyrie. Oh, God, man, we were really rolling when KD was healthy. We were looking like one of the best teams in the East, if not the best team in the East, considering how we came from the bottom to the top to pull within just a game or two of the Boston Celtics. Like the Nets were looking formidable until KD went down. But you have something to be proud about and something to be happy about with this 21-year-old kid really starting to shine the way he's doing. And small sample size, but 3 straight 40-plus point games and a small sample size is loud. It's loud. And I believe this kid can really be a consistent scorer in this league. And he's only going to get better. He's 21 years old. He's only going to get better. So the Brooklyn Nets may have something special on their hand. A young player that's a hell of a scoring threat. And the sky's the limit for the kid. So we'll see what happens. Let me know what you think about it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate you for stopping in. And I'll catch you on the next one. We out, baby. Brooklyn stand up.